The Idaho Department of Transportation held its yearly meeting with contractors today. Meanwhile, the department is looking to the future. Governor Butch Otter's proposal for next year called for a 5.2% increase in the ITD's budget. To raise those necessary funds, lawmakers are discussing raising the gas tax. Local News 8's Chelsea Brentzel live at the Enterprise Canal Bridge in Ryrie. Chelsea?
Carol, while many are opposed to raising the gas tax here in the state, the director of the Idaho Transportation Department says it's one of the best options to fix the roads and bridges here in the state. A lot like this one here, it's crumbling apart, it's falling apart, but he also says that it could bring jobs to the economy. Director of the Idaho Transportation Department, Brian Ness, says there are hundreds of bridges and roads around the state in need of repair.
$262 million is needed annually just to keep the existing system in the condition that it is in right now.
If the Transportation Department secured that $262 million every year, they would reduce the number of restricted bridges in the state down to 0 within 10 years.
If we were to raise gas from 25 cents a gallon to 27 or 28 cents a gallon, everybody would look at that as a tax increase.
But Ness says that's not really the case because the tax hasn't changed in 20 years.
I don't look at this as being an increase in taxes as much as I'm looking at it as an adjustment for inflation to keep us equivalent with some of the other tax methods that we use across the state.
And while many are against raising the gas tax, it has potential to create jobs for Idahoans.
Create or sustain an additional 4,700 jobs in Idaho, which is the equivalent of 1 percentage point in the unemployment rate.
And it's cracking from the inside out. It's expanding like this.
If you've been in Ryrie, you've most likely driven over the Enterprise Canal Bridge. What you probably don't know is it was built in 1931.
There's water weeping through the bridge. That's calcium chloride coming out of the concrete.
Bridges are designed to last 40 to 60 years, but with the state's current funding, they would have to last 120 years. That's almost 3 times more than their lifespan. The governor's funding task force report found that the state is $543 million short of adequately funding transportation in Idaho. Live in Ryrie, I'm Chelsea Brentzel.
All right, thank you, Chelsea. The Idaho Transportation Coalition reports major highway safety improvements since 2009 have resulted in a 35% decrease in accidents.